Hi guys, it's Running with Scissors. So first of all, I want to apologize if the lighting seems kind of weird. I still haven't quite figured out the lighting for this room yet, but we'll get it eventually. So, I went to go see the musical Hamilton recently, and it made me start thinking about weird cartoon crushes that I used to have. And that may not make sense right now, but we'll come back to that, don't worry. And when I say weird cartoon crushes, I don't mean the kind of crushes that like a lot of people have had. Like, say, Robin Hood from the animated Disney movie, or Prince Zuko from Avatar, or Gwen from Total Drama Island, or something like that. Those are like really general ones. I'm talking about ones that don't really make sense and are kind of embarrassing. But I had no standards as a little kid, and I think this list will make that clear. Alright, so the first one on my list is Link from Legend of Zelda, and you're probably thinking, well, who the fuck doesn't have a crush on Link from Legend of Zelda? But no! I'm not talking about just any Link from Legend of Zelda. I'm speaking specifically of the Link from the Zelda cartoon.
Well, excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess. Hey, excuse me, princess.
Yeah, that one. And I don't really know what was wrong with my child self, because that Link was just a really unpleasant person. Not only design-wise is he like the worst iteration of Link, but he also just has a really awful personality. He spends like half of the show sexually harassing Zelda and the other half just complaining about everything, being like, oh, I hate this, or oh, I'm so sick of that. And it's just like, he's not a very good guy. But my 9 or 10-year-old or however old self I was like, hey, that's boyfriend material right there. Right, so the second one on my list is Alexander Hamilton from Liberty's Kids. That's right, fans of Hamilton, I had a crush on him before it was cool. So I didn't have cable as a kid. The only way I could watch cable shows was if I went over to a friend's house. So pretty much the only cartoons that I watched at my house were PBS Kids cartoons, and one of those was Liberty's Kids. And for some reason this show just had like a ton of husbandos. And I had a crush on all of the historical figures in that show. Had a huge crush on George Washington, Benedict Arnold, Nathan Hale, Lafayette. I had a huge crush on Lafayette, but the very biggest one was Hamilton, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think it was just because he had like the cutest design, but yeah. Little fun fact about that, actually, if any of you are fans of Hamilton, the guy that voiced Alexander Hamilton actually played King George III in the original Hamilton cast, so like that's cool. But anyways, moving on. So I totally forgot about this one until I saw a post about it on Tumblr, and it's the Queen Spider from that game in Chuck E. Cheese where you like stomp on the spiders. I was probably like 5 years old. I had a huge crush on that Spider Queen. I guess it was just her voice, which I went back recently and listened to it, and it really was not as nice as I remembered. I remember her having this really cool like English accent. No, her voice is kind of awful, but back when I was like 5 years old, I loved it, and I just played that game over and over just so I could hear her voice. Right, another really weird crush that I had was on Luther from the Freddy Fish games. I don't know if you ever played any of those games, but I played them all the time when I was a kid. And the main girl, Freddy Fish, she had this little green fish partner with her named Luther, and I really liked him for some reason. I can't really remember why I would have a crush on him. I think it was mostly just because I thought he was funny. Because, I mean, he literally just looks like a fish. like an animated fish. Like there's not, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Another weird one is from the computer game Reader Rabbit. There was this beaver character named Babs, and she was just a beaver. I had a huge crush on her for some reason. And I can't really say why, because I mean, I can't say her design is particularly pretty or attractive in any way. She's just kind of like a redneck beaver with overalls and no undershirt and a hard hat, but I really, really liked her. I actually liked her so much that, for those of you that don't know, my name is Abby, and it's kind of close to Babs-ish, and I really, really liked that. So much to the point that I wanted people to call me Babs just because I loved her so much. That didn't play out. Nobody called me Babs. That's probably for the best. And I'm about to run out of film, so I'm just gonna wrap this up really quick. I would say my number one weirdest cartoon crush would be on Jesus. We had this series of VHS tapes that were just about like stories of Jesus, and they were like animated and stuff. And I had a huge crush on that animated Jesus. I don't know, is that like some sort of weird sin to be attracted to Jesus? I don't know. If I wasn't supposed to be attracted to Jesus, why did they draw him so hot? That's fucking weird. I'm sorry. But yeah, so comment below on what your weirdest cartoon crushes are. I have a lot more. I just am running out of film, so I don't have time to talk about them all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe. Yep, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.